Hello people, my name is Big Sam. It's another episode of Spotlight. I have here with me a very, very interesting personality. She's my person, she's my friend. Sometimes we are enemies, but at least we meet in between. And she's a fantastic actress. Beyond that, she's the only actress in the industry that has over 17 or 18 movies to her name as a producer. And beyond being executive producer, actually, not a pay and go and produce kind of producer. Then beyond that, she recently started directing. So she's a 3-in-1 kind of a person. She's an actress. She's an executive producer. She is now a director. Even though I don't know if she went to acting school, I'll get to ask her all of those things. So if this is a Mugbomoya kind of a business, we'll sort that out. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have here with me Uche Jombo. Let me leave the last name. She'll pronounce it by herself. So.
Because you moderate.
So,
Uche Jombo Rodriguez.
Okay.
I say it, Rodriguez.
Uche Jombo Rodriguez.
You see, he moderate.
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez. Like guess.
But seriously,
Rodriguez.
can I ask a question?
Okay.
Why did you not marry a Bankole, a Balogun, and Olatunji, and you had to go and marry a person we need dictionary to pronounce the name?
No, it's
a Mexican dictionary, for instance.
It's not Mexican.
Okay, so tell me.
It's actually Puerto Rican.
Okay, put together. It's almost the same thing.
It's Spanish.
Okay. So why did you have to go to that extent to get married?
I didn't just go. It happened. It happened. So I wasn't like I used surname to select who I ended up with. No, I met a person, we fell in love, and we got married. Simple.
It's shocking that you are 4 years gone in marriage. I remember when...
Why is it shocking?
I'll tell you, and I'm sure you will agree with me when I'm done. When the thing happened, all over the newspapers, all over the internet, don't mind it is an arranged marriage. She don't pay for long for house. She don't get married. She had
Who
to go.
Said that?
I'm sure you saw it everywhere.
This up.
I'm not. It's everywhere.
Where is everywhere?
Oh, geez, it's online.
Are you sure?
After this interview, can we Google? It's online.
You probably tell your people to go and put that online.
I'm not going to say that.
Because I have never seen. Okay, continue. Tell me.
But they said your marriage was an arranged marriage, and they still arranged 4 years after. So how long will this arranged marriage last? Is this actually arranged?
Someone actually said that?
Yes.
Please go and arrange your own. That's all I have to say. Go and arrange your own.
So Mr. Rodriguez is real.
If someone will actually open the internet and write that someone's marriage is arranged, please go and arrange your own. I wonder after 4 years, have you arranged yours yet? We give out. Everything we give out is what we take in. Anything you give out, it's going to come back to you. So sometimes I know that it's okay to hide behind computer and say things about people, but it all still comes back to you. The energy you give out is what you receive. Sam is thinking like, wow, have I written anything bad?
No. You know I don't.
You were like in deep thought.
No.
For a minute.
I like the answer. You are a deep person. You know I like you. You know I like you. So you are a deep person. Is marriage worth it? Especially the fact that he's not living in Nigeria. Is it worth it?
Well, first of all, me as a person, I have never been in a relationship with anybody that was living in Nigeria in the first place.
Never?
Never. That's the thing. So it's the kind of relationship I've always known. But so it's not peculiar to me, or it's not foreign to me, I mean to say. And it's almost like the norm for me, like what is normal for me. So to answer that, because you kind of asked 2 questions in one.
Yeah.
And then you now say, is marriage worth it?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Which is the reason why I say to people, don't marry because people are telling you to marry. Marry because this is something you want to do once in your lifetime. And you make sure that you're sure of who you want to spend your life the rest of your life with. Because at the end of the day, you have to be married to someone you can, fight with, laugh with, rejoice with, do everything with. It's all, everything. Marriage is not bed of roses. It's everything, is
Put
in
together.
there. Yes. So it has to be that you people are able to fight and make up. It has to be that you people are able to go through all that, and the bond that holds you together is what, is greater than every other thing around. To me, that's how I see it. And in my job, it's you have to also be married to someone who has something going on for him, so the little that is going on for you is not overwhelming for the person. That's how I feel. So that's it.
The one that you said that is that stood out was, it's not bed of roses.
No, it's not.
But if you ask an average Nigerian girl, it tells you that, I want to marry a white person because the way married to them is different from the way married to Nigerian men. Nigerian men are so troublesome. All those people outside Nigeria, they are just
men are men.
Bed of roses, no pain, nothing.
No. Men are men, and
whether Puerto Rican, Mexican, American, Nigerian, or anything.
Whether American or Nigerian, men are men, and then it's an individual. Let's say it's an individual effort. And first of all, there are people that can be perfect boyfriends. They are horrible husband material. So if you're able to separate the two, better for you, But the problem some girls have is that you might turn a boyfriend material to a husband material and use a husband material for a boyfriend material and like that. So you have a problem at the end of the day. So because marriage to me is for eternity, you have to be sure is someone that is a husband material. How does this person treat his mother? What is family to this person? Is this person going to support me? Is what I do more important to this person than my personality? All that and all that. When you ask yourself all that question and, you get your answers, you now know what to do. Nobody needs to tell you, oh, this is your boyfriend, you people are so cute, you people should get married. You will just automatically know. So
how do you distinguish between husband material, boyfriend material?
The questions you have to ask yourself, the questions I just rolled at. What is important to this person? How does this person treat his mom? What is family to this person? Because marriage is family. When you are marrying someone,
what if the person has a wicked mother?
No. It's not even about the mother. It's about the person. What is the person's relationship with his mother? Do you understand? For example, when I met Kenny and I saw the relationship between him and his mom, I totally knew he was the husband material.
What if he was a mommy's boy?
No, when I say relationship between you and your mom, is the way you treat your mom kind of tells a girl the way you can treat her. In case you don't know that. Do you understand? When a girl sees the way you treat your mom, your mother especially, to me, the way you treat your mom tells me. Because for example, if you don't have respect for your mom, I don't care the history, you're never ever going to have respect for your wife. Because at the end of the day, maybe it takes a period of time, you fall out of that love days. You begin to show your true personality. It won't work. So that's why they say that, that queens raise, kings.
Yeah.
So if his mom is not his king, you are never going to be. To me, it's quite simple. So that's it.
Mr. Rodriguez and marriage. Would you have had a better marriage if you marry a Nigerian? Or a marriage that is working?
I absolutely feel like Kenny is supposed to be who I'm supposed to be with. Absolutely. So because because it's working out and it's who I'm supposed to be with, I don't have time to sit back and say, what if he wasn't? You can only do that if something is not working the way it's supposed to. You will now like, oh, did I make a mistake? Shouldn't I have done this or this? But there's no time to do that, because my marriage is absolutely what I pray to God for. Because I've always asked God, because I know myself, you need to know your flaws. You need to know, the things that, will I say, your gifts, so that you'll be able to know what can complement you. Kenny is brilliant at things I'm not very good at. And I'm fantastic in things that he's not that good at. So that's just it for me. And then, funny enough, when I met Kenny, he didn't even know what Nollywood was. The same man, 3 days later, after he met me, had Google and everything, and I came back to me to tell me the things we are doing wrong. I was just laughing. I'm like, bro, I've been this in like 14 years. Calm down. As at the time I met him. Yeah. I'm like, calm down. But that's who he is. He's someone who wants to like empower you, encourage you, and all that. It's because I know the way he harasses his business partners. That's why I've refused for him to invest with me in a film. Because I personally have problems sleeping, so I don't want someone to be calling me,
where's the money?
Yes,
how far?
Yes, and all that. I'm like, I just married you. I don't want to kill you yet. So let's not do this that together. Yes. But if it's about encouragement and being there, he's there. There's nothing I need done that I will call Kenny to do. Yes.
Okay, can I ask a question? Which would you sometimes, okay, I think it was somebody I interviewed earlier that said that sometimes we don't know what God is saving us from. Initially, when you were dating the footballer, I don't want to mention him, and it didn't work out. I know I've heard story where people said, oh, she will still come back and beg. Because in people's head, Nollywood people don't make enough money. So you need all these sugar boy, sugar daddy to supplement. And a footballer is supposedly rich.
It's always insulting to me. That's kind of that line of thoughts. Because even while I was in that relationship, I had members of his family thought like some of my cars were yes. And he has never given me money, which he knows.
Never given you money?
Never. I have been working, Kenny. I wanted to call you Kenny. I'm sorry.
I'm more handsome, actually, so that's the only difference.
These days, when I'm arguing with people, it's either I call him Kenny or I call him Matthew. That's like my husband and my son's name. I don't know how that happens.
No,
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But the thing is, Sam, sometimes
Carl never gave you money.
No. He never. I don't know that name you called.
I don't want to say.
No, that's the brother.
Yes.
Before you have joined the internet.
I'm trying not to also mention name because of so many.
But the one you mentioned is not who I am.
Yes.
But the thing is, the truth of the matter is, I have. It's kind of insulting to me how sometimes people perceive Nollywood, and I've had a situation whereby someone in my presence insulted my work and everything, and by night they wanted to use my car to go and drop them off. I'm like, no, that absolutely will not work, because at the back of their mind, he bought the car and he didn't. He has never even fueled my car before.
How can you date a man for so long a time and never give you money?
No, because that's who I have always been. I've always been that kind of girl. I have been working since I was 14 years. Before I was even an adult. Do you understand? I personally saw myself through school. Not just me, even my younger ones. So I have always been my own person. I have never needed a man to define me. And outside that, I have always known that whoever I ended up with is the lucky one.
You won't have to spend money Ha!
I don't know if you understand. I'm not being braggy, but I'm telling you my facts. So when I walked out of that relationship and said I was done, I wasn't interested in whatever anybody was saying. I heard a lot. Oh, is Uche's last bus stop is blah blah blah. I was done, because at the point I said to myself, I rather invest this time in me and in my company. That time my company was new, and I had visions of what I wanted to do, the content I wanted to create, and I actually told myself that we probably all shouldn't be married. So at the time I met Kenny, I wasn't thinking about marriage. I wasn't thinking about relationship as a fact. That's the truth. At that point, I'd had it with men. So I met someone who liked me. I'm like, okay, fine, but okay, let's
try.
Let's try. That was it.
It's actually fine small. It's okay. It's fine small. It's fine, but it's just that you can't be comparing some people, but it's fine small. Small. It's okay.
Some actually thinks it's a fine boy.
Okay, we are going to go on a break, but I have a couple of questions. These are loaded.
But I hope we're moving from my marriage and Kenny.
Yes, loaded question. It's just that I might have to put one leg there, one leg here. So, but we'll balance it when I come back. So, you still stay right here with us. It's still Spotlight. I'm still Big Sam, and I have here with me the one and only Uche Jombo Rodriguez. Okay, hi, hello people. We are back one more time. My name is still Big Sam. I have here with me Uche Jombo. The program is still Spotlight. We'll continue our discussion. We'll continue to put Uche on the spotlight. Ask her the difficult question, the kind of question people don't like to ask her, the kind of question she doesn't like to answer. And the beautiful thing about Spotlight is that people get to answer the question they never used to answer. So we have something working. We have something working.
You missed something. I was rolling my eyes all the time you were saying that.
So I have Uche here. Uche, I'm going to ask you, I will digress a little, then I'll come back and ask you this personal question. Omoni Oboli as a director. People feel Omoni should not be direct.
Why is that?
Okay, one, say, okay, Omoni is an actress. When did she even come back to the industry? What qualification does she have? Then we don't have a lot of female directors doing well. Yeah. I can count female directors for you. Chineze, directed 2. I know you've directed 1. I don't know if you've done more than 1. Then I have Blessing Egbe, Omoni Oboli.
No, there are still more.
Okay, those are the ones that I know. Okay, Mildred Oko, making it 6.
There's still more. There's still more. I think you are thinking about mainstream Nollywood.
Yeah, okay, maybe that is the reason.
I think you're thinking about mainstream Nollywood. I think personally, sometimes if you can conceive the story, if you can visualize the story, you can drop it. You can make it come to life as per directive. If the case study now you're using is Omoni, or you're saying female directing in general, if you're talking about Omoni, I think she did a directorial course, and most of her films are her vision. So instead of all the time having to argue with the director, this is what I want, you go and
actualize your vision.
You go and you educate yourself on technicalities because probably that's the only thing you'll be lacking, and you come and do your thing. So that's it. That I went to film school, that I went to directorial school, doesn't mean I have to direct every film from Uche Jombo Studios. I have 3 films on release. It's only one that is directed by me. So I will still green light, project, but it depends. I'll pick the projects I want to direct, depending on what issue, I'm pursuing with the film. Because for me, there's always the female point of view to a story. And if I have those kind of stories, I will always want to direct it because I'm a female, and the other directors I work with are male. So I might be telling a particular story. I'll say, I want this story from a female point of view. And I will feel like it's only a female director that will do justice to that. Even though as a filmmaker, I do not want to be one of those people who wear gender on my forehead. But at the end of the day, I still feel as a female, it means I have to work twice as hard. So whether I want to wear it on my forehead or not, it kind of already is what has prepared me to work as hard as I do. Because I'm a female and I must succeed in where most men have failed. Simple.
Okay, did Omoni direct well on Wives on Strike?
Absolutely, it's a story, and she already, even where the dialogues are not played that well, she already knew what she wanted, and when she sent out the script, she like, oh, she wanted to respect the artistic integrity of her vision. So she will ask you, what do you think about the story? What do you think about this and that and that? And it's a comic, script, which you have to be careful. It's not an easy job to make people laugh.
Yeah.
So Nigeria
is hard.
And something can seem funny to you and you be laughing. I'm like, really? And that's typical Nigerians. They're like, that's not funny. So it has to be beyond your idea. You have to check, okay, and all that. And she was flexible like that. To me, that's the hallmark of a filmmaker who wants to succeed. It cannot only be one,
add.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, Wives on Strike. Why should I watch Wives on Strike? Is it worth it?
Absolutely, because it's a conversation that is going on now. It might make some people uncomfortable, but it's a conversation that we as a society have to have. And right now, it's almost like the film is timely. I look back, I'm like, wait a minute, we shot this film 2 years ago. In fact, when I shot the film, I was pregnant, and not even Matthew. I was pregnant for the one I lost. So you can imagine how much time had passed. But the film is coming out now, and timely too, because of the Ese story.
So it's not a horror story, obviously, because some people have insinuated that it must be a horror story.
Absolutely not. We shot, like I said, we shot it 2 years ago. And some people also said, because I saw on social media that we copied some film that women went on. So I'm like, why don't you just wait, go and watch the film,
and then conclude?
Come back to the online and talk about it. If you think it's not an original story, because I feel like what is peculiar about this film is it's advocacy, but it's not like slapping you or forcing an opinion on you.
It's comical.
It's an advocacy in a comic way. Hereby, you will laugh and you will live with, your mind still at the subject of the whole film. So to me, that's what film is supposed to be about. It's supposed to entertain you, educate you, and relax you. But it must educate and entertain you. So to me, I feel, based on what we've shot,
Wives on Strike.
Wives on Strike is all that and much more, because you have to bring in the advocacy thing, even though it's underplayed. So it's underplayed in the film because I think it's comedy with serious message.
Okay, I asked Shoma earlier. I said, is sex blackmail still working in marriage? Oh, I will not do this because you did not do this. Is it still working? Because really,
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Why?
Well, it depends on the kind of relationship people have.
Marriage. Is sex blackmail still working in marriage?
Well, in my marriage, it doesn't work. So I don't know whose marriage is still working. Sex is not an obligation. It's something. It's part of
many things.
Yes, as in the whole process. The whole. Will I say? Let's not use marriage now. Let's use relationship. Let's be open-minded. Let's use relationship now. I think sex is an integral part of a relationship between a man and a woman. Now, if you bring it to women being on strike, sex is not just the only, will I say, the only reason why a woman or why a relationship work. Companionship is there. You can come back and someone had pissed you off and you want to tell your wife something and she's just looking at you zoned out. That could be more painful. And there's so many things, there's so many ways a woman can make you feel she's not happy with you without actually saying
no to sex.
No to sex. And then cop it up with sex. That's an issue. It also
doesn't work anymore. Man, we have devised all sorts of means to survive on this strategy. Yeah?
Are you allowed to say that thing? I won't on air. You still allowed to say this kind of thing on air?
Okay, quick one each. It's particularly touching for me that you were open about the fact that you lost your pregnancy. Some people would not want to say that. What happened?
Oh, because I have already discussed it. I had a discussion with my friend Julie Odia, publisher. She said something to me in Dallas when she came to see me. She said, like so many women go through this, and so I'm open to discussing it because it can happen and it will be no fault of yours. It could just be your body not being ready at that time. And I don't think you should question God because there's always a reason for things. You don't know what could have happened. But sometimes all these things, they just work when God wants them to work. So what's there not to be open about? Because I'm a human being. I'm real. I feel pain like every other person. And if someone is out there going through that, by sharing my story, I could encourage someone to know that she's not alone.
Were you scared?
And the miracle that happened to me can also happen to them. It's as simple as that.
Were you scared when you lost the pregnancy that, when will I get another one?
No, I wasn't thinking that. I actually was scared when I got pregnant again. That's when I was scared. Not when because when you have prepared your mind and you wake up and the baby is no longer there, you start to readjust yourself. That's when I registered for my directorial school. Like I did everything to distract myself from going into depression, from answering any question on social media, from just kind of. Some people would think I was just in a trance that time, but to me, I was just, trying to get back into myself, rearrange and strategize on how to come out and go back to work. That I did. It's not like I left the hospital or my doctor's office. I'm like, oh, when will I get pregnant again? You will never get pregnant if you think that. You first want to be okay, and you want to observe the time they tell you, and you want to go back to make sure that it's safe for you to try again, which is where my story is funny. Because by the time I went back to try, to ask the doctor if it was safe for me to try again, I was already pregnant.
Wow.
I
like Mr. Rodriguez.
Which one is my camera? Is he allowed to say this?
I'm having a conversation actually. Okay, Uche, quick one. I was like one or two, then I'll be done. This year, what should we expect from you? You are back. A lot of people feel okay, Uche need to do better than what she has done in time past. Are you setting those kind of goals for yourself?
Absolutely, because I've always maintained the only person I'm competing with is me. I'm competing with the person I was yesterday. Because as a filmmaker, there's always room for improvement. You do something 4 months ago, you sit in the studio, you watch it like, what was I thinking? I think we should reshoot this thing. It's always there. I think every filmmaker you have that moment, you do that. To me, what is important is not just being consistent in the level of stories or the quality of content that Uche Jombo Studios bring out there. Is, for me, is to do better than I have done yesterday. It has never been. Someone said, "Oh my God, you have how many films? 19 films. How do you always, like, how many do you do a year?" I'm like, I don't sit down and say I will do 2 a year or 3 a year. I see a script, I like it, I approve it.
Shoot.
It's as simple as that. I can sit in a year and see only one script that I like, I'll film it. If I sit in a year and see 5, I will film it. It's as simple as that. It depends on a story that speaks to me as a filmmaker and as a scriptwriter, and an advocacy filmmaker, and as a commercial filmmaker. So that's just it. Now, do I want you to be able to tell my growth via my film? Absolutely. That's what I want, and that's exactly the goals I've set for myself. I want to be better than the person I was yesterday, both as a person and as a filmmaker.
Okay, my last question.
You remember you said that time?
Yeah. do you get to recently you answered a guy that said you are fat or something.
It's not a guy.
It's a lady.
Actually, for like 3 weeks on my social media page, my Instagram, as a matter of fact, if you know me, I'm not one of those actors that really what they call it, clap back. I don't have time for that kind of nonsense. Like, I keep telling people, when you like, are you doing this for publicity? Like when they say I did was that for publicity? I always say this: if you're a Nollywood investor now in New Nollywood, trust me, you will spend the little time you have thinking about what to do with your content, what to do about distribution. There's so many things that is part of Nollywood main as in the main problems facing us right now. Social media is not one of them. It's only if you're jobless, and unfortunately I'm not one of those people, by virtue of how much I've put in Nollywood, if I may say so myself. So please. So
why did you answer that?
The last thing, no, because I was filming, and I think I did maybe 1 or 2 press for Wives on Strike. The producer wanted me to be putting on social media the pictures and all that, and I was doing that. So for like 2 weeks straight, oh my God, you have to lose weight, watch it, you are fat. And another thing about Instagram is that once one person starts something, every other person will start. So, but what I did was, like, 2 different occasions, I just deleted the comment. But the one that pissed me off was someone coming to challenge my rights on my page to delete a fat shaming message. Like, really? If you're sad, do I have to be sad with you? Like, it's my page. I can decide what goes in there and what, doesn't. So that's why I put that thing up. If you feel so sad that you have to make another person sad, go to the blogs. If I find myself to the blog and read that, I will blame myself. But I cannot pretend not to see my comments. That's the way I interact with my fans. That's the whole reason of having a social media page. But I have to be able to at least say I don't want this, be able to delete a comment I don't want on my page without you attacking me on it. So that's why I now put that one, like, let me just do this. Let me take you people back at a part, the kind of weight I was coming from. And another thing is, in my whole life, I have never been a slim person. So I am very sure Kenny did not marry a slim person. So you coming to my social media page to advise me that my husband will leave me, it's not your problem. Worry about yours. Do you understand? So I know that sometimes people see you and they now think because you do this, it stops you from being a human being or being hurt by certain things. Once in a while, just remind them that you're a human being. I think that's what I did. So I don't want to call it clap back. I call it resetting some people's senses. That's it.
That's interesting. Okay. What are your movies for 2016?
Okay, I have Lost in Us, which is my directorial debut. It's coming out. We are in post. And then from Uche Jombo Studios, I have Within These Walls. It's also in post. I have Almost Perfect, which is ready, can drop any day. So, and then I have a film for Open University, which I'm an ambassador for. We did a film, an advocacy film to promote education, like no time is late for you to go back to school.
All over again.
Yes, it's called I Believe. It's a project I'm very passionate about and I'm proud of. So that one is also coming out. So, and I have others.
Tell us your social media account and
my social media
account so that people can get to follow you and everything.
Okay. You know why I'm laughing? Okay, funny enough, on Twitter I'm there as at Uche Jombo, and my Jombo is J-O. It's UCHEJOMBO. On Instagram I'm also there as at Uche Jombo. Don't worry, nobody stole my name. Okay. And so on Facebook, all those other pages you see are fake. My real page is www.facebook.com/Uche Jombo together. It takes you right to my Facebook page. You will know it because it has the highest followers compared to the fake ones, and it's verified. My Twitter also is verified. So
that's coming out. Okay, there you have it. Uche Jombo's project that will be out in 2016. Let's patronize Nollywood. Let's buy Nigeria to grow the naira against the dollar.
Yes. Okay. Chop knuckle.
So once again, my name is Big Sam. I've been chatting with Uche Jombo on Spotlight. My Instagram account is Samuel Olatunji, Facebook Samuel Olatunji, Twitter is Samuel Olatunji. Okay, and of course, how will you know the original account? Just see my fine face. I'm the only finest person on those accounts. So see you again on another interesting episode of Spotlight. Enjoy the rest of the day.